seeming night. I got here and it was golden hour, so I just wanted to see if I could show you look at the sky. Here, I'll give you some of the sky. You know, everything is in Pisces, and since I'm very familiar with Pisces, I felt so floaty going into this moon. Okay, I just felt like floaty. And here's the thing that this energy does is it helps you disconnect from the matrix, essentially, like matrix thinking, mental thinking. It helps you lift out of that. So this is a great time to do meditation or a meditative practice. Hold on, Jack, stop pulling. I'm telling you, he's such a rascal. Anyway, a meditative practice, prayer, intentions, communing with God, your own soul. For some reason, the water is high in the swamp, in the salt marsh, and I don't know why, because it's not usually this high unless it's a king tide. So, and those come at the full moon. So I'm wondering what it's going to be like in 2 weeks if the water is this high today. And it's interesting because the Schumann resonance did something crazy. It completed the 24-hour image that was unusual, completed several hours before peak moon time in that location. But it was so interesting. I kind of felt that energy was doing something similar. See how I can't focus and I'm distracted? That's very Pisces, okay? This is very Pisces energy where you're just like, ooh, the wind is blowing and the moon is a sliver and oh, I wonder what the children are doing. They're vibing on their bikes, creating ramps to jump. And, you know, my dog is like, I know he wants to go see if there's any ducks he can root out of the bushes in the salt marsh. So it's very dreamy, it's very loopy, it's very floaty. And, you know, it's a great time to vibe with spirit, your soul, God, energies of earth. It's a good time to, if you can, anything that comes up in you strongly to look at, is this belief an illusion that I have, or is this real to me? Do I really need it? Because I think that one thing that I've been trying to do, my chart, I've realized in the last couple days how it helps me do this, but the less that we get engaged in complex thinking, now, of course, there are times when that's beneficial, but the less that we engage with that, the more able we are to disengage from, quote, the matrix, and to connect with your own soul, divinity through you, and to hear, sense, know, whatever your experience is, the wisdom of that for you. And so one of the things that closes us off to that is hard and fast belief structures that are, I'm not talking about your experience of the divine. I'm talking about hard and fast belief structures about the world around you. Because, this is a good time to be aware that there are so many lies. And it's just hard to know. I hear a lot of people on social media, since I peruse that, quite a bit, talking about, well, this person should do this and this person's motivation is that. And in these energies especially, we don't know what's going on. Unless it's something where you have felt sense. And by that I mean an intuitive knowing, or, you prayed about it or whatever. I recommend following spiritual guidance rather than your mental assessment at this time. And it's important because it's the beginning of March and the Lunar New Year starts on March 29th. So what we dream of now flows into the new year, like what we consider now, what we desire, like this is what we'll be manifesting. So it's really important not to get into distraction. I had this message so strongly this last few days. It's a very interesting story, but it's also weird. I'm not going to go into it, but also look out for pitfalls. Let me just summarize the conclusion. Be careful for pitfalls and be careful for distractions and be careful for things that really aren't for you trying to grab your energy, get you to go one way or another. Because that's what happened. I got an offer to go with the solid distraction in a way that I knew would be detrimental. There's a lady with a dog. And I chose, not to do that. I chose not to do that. But I had to really, hi there. I had to really, yay, there's no barking. I had to really, really make the choice. It was physical, but there was also an energy. See, you see the North Node that's in Pisces right now, and 6 bodies are in Pisces. So, and then 4 asteroids that I look at are in Pisces. It's just like I said in one of my posts, can we load anything else in there right now? There's a lot in Pisces. So the thing about the North Node energy, it's a new direction for our soul, okay? But it can also be a place where there's attacks on us from questionable forces, and they may try to present themselves darkness as light. Okay, it might be darkness presenting as light, so be careful. Watch out for that, because that's some bullshit there. I'm just gonna say, and you don't want to get mired in it. You don't want to get distracted with it. You don't want to have the flow of that. It's like this, okay? I was looking at a post, and it was some flood in, I forget what country. It was so crazy, okay? The waters were off the hook. It was a river that was so raging, and there was a very solid fence structure. But whoever was videoing it was 3 feet from that. And I just thought, what the F? The person videoing it, they're lucky they survived. If just a huge, dollop of extra water had come down the moment when he or she was there, they would have been toast. Okay, there would have been no way to survive it or control. Yeah, without a miracle. Miracle obviously could have survived it, but that's what I'm saying. Be careful for stuff that's trying to sweep you away somewhere where you're not really going. Yeah.